The city of Madurai is one of the biggest cities of the present day Tamil Nadu. Way back in 300s AD, Madurai was a famous city. It was very luxurious, had all the comforts, and it was ruled by a king called, Pandava king called Nidinjani. He had a good queen called Mayamai. The king was a lover of arts, culture, and literature, and he was a very tough on justice. He was ruthless even on minor offenses and minor thefts. Away from the city Madurai, there was a small place called Kaveri Pattan. Even that place was full of big merchants and scholarly people. There was one grain merchant who was very wealthy, and he had a good son called Koval. He was very good, well behaved, and he was very scholarly, and everybody liked him for that. There was another big merchant who had a beautiful daughter called Kannagi. It is nothing but natural that Kannagi and Koval were brought together in marriage. Of course, Kannagi was bestowed with a lot of gifts of gold and jewelry, and Kovalan and Kannagi loved each other and lived very happy. One day, Kovalan wanted to go to the city of Madurai to meet the king, for he came to know that he is a lover of literature. So he went to Madurai and roamed around and was fascinated by the city when he saw the big roads, beautiful buildings, beautiful palaces, and well-sculpted temples. By afternoon he was quite tired, so he went to a chowdhury to have his food. When the people there recognized him as a man with a wealthy background, they took him to the inner VIP chambers. There, good food and wine was served. That was served by a courtesan called Manimegala. With the good food and alcohol inside, Kovalan was infatuated by the beauty and grace of Manimegala. He forgot about his wife Kannagi and began to stay in Madurai. He squandered his wealth, whatever he had, on that courtesan Manimegala. When he became penniless, the Manimegala and her guards chased him away. Becoming penniless, he walked back to his place, Kaveri Pattan, back to his wife. Since he has squandered all the wealth with his squandering ways and misdeeds, though from a very affluent family, she was reduced to abject poverty. But in spite of all his misdeeds, Kannagi loved Kovalan very much. She comforted him and consoled him. Nothing is lost. I still have my family's heirloom. 2 gold anklets filled with diamonds. You can take it, go to Madurai, sell it, get the money back, and start our life afresh. Kovalan was really deeply touched by the love of Kannagi. Tears rolled down his eyes. Then Kovalan decided to take 1 anklet and go to Madurai and sell it. Meanwhile, in Madurai, the Queen Mayamai also had 2 gold anklets, which were filled with pearls, and unfortunately, 1 anklet was lost. Nobody knew who took the anklet. Next day, Kovalan came to Madurai, and he went from shop to sell the anklet. But nobody was prepared to buy it because they felt it is priceless, and they felt they could not fix a price for it. Finally, Kovalan went to the court jeweler's house. When the court jeweler saw the anklet, he thought it is just like the queen's. He must have stolen it from the queen. So he made the Kovalan sit in the house. He rushed to the king and complained that the thief who has stolen your anklet is in my shop. The king was very furious. He sent his guards to dragged over into the court. And when he saw the anklet, the king became more furious. How could anybody steal an anklet from the queen herself? So he immediately ordered the guards to behead him. And he was immediately beheaded. Back in Kaveri Patnam, Kannagi was waiting for Koval. Days passed. There was absolutely no news from Koval. Then she decided to take her other ankle and go to Madurai to find her husband. She showed it to all the shops and asked, there was a man some time back who came to sell this. Have you anybody seen it? And everybody started blaming him. Your husband was a thief. He stole the queen's anklet and he was beheaded. She was shocked. Her agony turned into fury. She marched towards the king's court and demanded an explanation from the king. He didn't tell him. She said, my husband is innocent. How could you kill him for no fault of his? The king heard her story patiently, then demanded she prove her point. Then Kannagi said, ask your king to get her anklet and the seized anklet. The queen came with her own anklet and the seized anklet. Kannagi went and grabbed both the anklets. She grabbed both her anklets. She asked the queen, what does your anklet contain? The queen said, my anklet contains pearls. So Kannagi threw the anklet. It broke and pearls came out of the anklet. And you can grab pearls if you want. Next, she took her anklet. She said, my anklet contains diamonds. So she threw the anklet on the ground. It broke and beautiful diamonds came out of it. Of course, you can grab the diamonds if you want. And the king and the whole court stood in stunned silence. The king got up and said, asked for the forgiveness of Kannagi. Her fury did not abate. It grew more and more. She demanded the king, my husband is dead. Can you bring him back to life? For which the king had no answer. The fury of Kannagi began to grow more and more. She said, you have killed my husband. You have no right to live. She cursed the king that you must die. Next instant, the king was dead. And the queen started sobbing, but still her fury did not abate. It grew much more. She climbed the throne. She took out her other anklet and threw it and cursed the people of Madurai and the city of Madurai that it should be destroyed in a fire. Her curse became real. And next instant there was a huge fire in which the whole people of Madurai and this whole city of Madurai was burned to ashes. Of course, even Kannagi died in that fire.